Hi everybody, I am sending you this video from Tokyo, Japan, where we are living. I don't know if a lot of you guys know, but Henry and I were living here in Tokyo, and we have a daughter that is a nurse and is in charge of the floor they are treating the coronavirus patients in Grand Rapids in Michigan. And when we knew that they were having not enough PPE, personal protection equipment for them, so I really started investigating and trying to do masks for her and for her co-workers as soon as I can. I already made a batch of 30 masks that we already sent. They are in Chicago, and this is the second batch that we are going to do and see if the first batch got approved. The good thing about these masks is that they have a pocket. Let me show you. These two are from the first batch that we made and that we make, and what I was telling you is that this mask have a pocket where you can put extra filter on it. We found here in Tokyo like a fabric that filters 99% of the particles, which is really good, because only with the fabric, this kind of fabric that I'm going to explain to you what is it, and 2 layers of the fabric, only that, according to some studies that I read, it will be good in filtering like 70% of the particles. So adding the 99% will be very nice. So the fabric that after my research that everybody recommends the most, it's a cotton, but it's a cotton for the kitchen towels. And here in Tokyo, they have it in a separate place in the store, and they have it. We cannot buy more than 2 meters at a time, or I don't know if for live or for family or whatever. There are a lot of signs. I managed to went twice already, so this is my second batch, and we'll see. What I did this time is that I bought two different patterns. So this is one. This yellow one is for the back, and this one is for the front. And this is another one. So I bought 50 centimeters, 50 centimeters, 50 and 50. So we will do two different designs. Besides the fabric that I already told you what is that we need, we will need scissors and some elastic or bands or something to attach the masks, and the thread, and this wire that is to support the nose, and I use chalk to trace the patterns in the fabric, and some paints. So then we'll start. Okay, now the next that we need to do is and that I do is to trace the fabric. So what I did is I took the pattern, and because of the pocket, it has different kinds of patterns depending on the front and in the back, because in the front we need a little bit of more fabric to make the little, I don't know how to say this in English, but okay. And in the back, there's one smaller, that is the one that is going to be in this side and not in the pocket one. I have one little dog that is a little jealous of you, and every time that I start speaking, she started calling me and saying, "Mommy, why are you're not with me?" Her name is Pipa. Sí, Pipa, yo sé. And the one that has 3 centimeters of of excess fabric here. So we have one of 3, one of 2, and one of 1 centimeter, depending on the front, the back, and the one that has a pocket. You will figure it out this later. But for now, what you need to know is the one that has 3 centimeters is the front one. And I managed to get 16 pieces per 50 centimeters of fabric. When I went to buy the fabric, they told me that only 20 masks will go out from 2 meters, but I managed to get 32. I learned to sew, or I started sewing when I was very little with my grandmothers, and they used to save everything, even the extra thread. They have like a little ball of extra threads that they use whenever they need it, and the same with the fabric. And so I managed to get more because I learned to sew that way, and I think that's the way that from now on, like as I tell everybody, the world before and after coronavirus. So so yes, so then what I do to do that is I put the one in this side first, and then I turn them around, turn them around and put them in this side. I also, and it's important, I mark what is up and what is down, because here is a little bit more obvious, but when you do it in the fabric afterwards, like it's not as obvious. So I mark what part goes up. Sorry, this is the front part, and that is everything is the same, but the back part, there's one side that is smaller than the other one. So in order to use the fabric in a good way, I also managed to get the same 16 pieces, but what I do is I put the 1 centimeter of extra here, the 2, and then 1, 2, 1, and then the same. And when I trace them, so this is 1, so this should be 2, and this side, I hold it very tight so I can, the fabric is even when you trace. And then you mark the top, and then I put a pin, so when I cut, I know that they are the same. And now the next step is to start cutting. So you only need to follow the line with good scissors, good fabric scissors. And that's it. So the next step, I will see you with the machine on. Okay, now I already have everything cutted. The ones with the allowance of 3 centimeters of, I don't know if that's a word, allowance, I think, of 2 centimeters and 1 centimeter. This one will be the front one, as I told you before, and we will only sew these two together. And for this, what we need to do now is to put together one of 2 centimeters and one of 1 centimeter. That is going to be the back part. So we separate the two, and we are going to take one of this and one of this together and pin them together so we can sew them this way and my dog wants to play again. I think I forgot to tell you that when you are going to cut the fabric, it needs to be put in double, and when you're going to mark, and always you have to put the pattern on the direction of the fabric, so not this way or not like diagonal or whatever. It needs to be in this direction always, so that's the way. And when we cut after the two parts, what will happen is that it will look like this, so the two fronts different. We'll see this in the future, but so you know. Okay, so now it's time to sew them together. I usually do it online, like line production, which is much faster. But in order to let you know, I'm going to make one mask, and so you will know the whole process. So the first thing is I'm going to sew this part and this part together. Okay, now we have it, and the next step is that we need to iron this in order to do the rest. So I will show you how to do that. Okay, now the iron is hot, and I discovered that because this is round, it's easier if we do it with a tennis ball or something round. So the idea is to finish it like this. So, and both of them we have to iron. So just put it there, open the seam, and just iron all around. I've seen videos where they don't do this step, but I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I like everything done the right way. I don't think that makes a difference on how effective it is. This is the way. Okay, now we continue with the machine. So the next step now is to make a stitch just close by the division or whatever what I saw before, and so the seam will be like flat and look nice. That, and it will look nice with both. Thanks. We'll do the same with the yellow one, and then we sew them together. Oh no, we have to put the nose guard here. I will show you how. The next step is to put the wire, the nose wire, on the back part of the mask. Um, so for that I cut 10 centimeters of wire. I think there are some that are already cut. This one that I bought is just this little thing. I don't know, should be best, but this is what I found. And I draw a line 2 centimeters from the seam for 10 centimeters, so I know where it goes. I switch my machine to zigzag. I don't know if that's the best, but I just invented this part. I don't know if I think it works, but probably is not the prettiest and the most efficient thing, because sometimes this happens. Okay, so this is what I do. And I put the zigzag. That is not perfect. Supporting the wire in the back bracket. We can do a second pass to make it better if we want. And if somebody has better ideas, they are welcome. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it works. Then after the end, the end, we will remove all the extra threads and everything. That's the last. Okay. And now, what we are going to do is to sew together the back and the front. So in order to make it even, I just mark this. And we are going to sew here and here. Oh no, not exactly. Straight. Okay, so this is what I do. And I put the zigzag. That is not perfect. Supporting the wire in the back bracket. We can do a second pass to make it better if we want. And if somebody has better ideas, they are welcome. So it's not perfect, but it works. Then after the end, the end, we will remove all the extra threads and everything. That's the last. So before joining the two parts, the back and the front, together, we need to make a fold here in the back part where the pocket is going to be, and you will do it in the long part of the back part. Remember that we did one with 1 centimeter, one with 2 centimeters. So the one with the 2 centimeters we are going to fold and so. Oh. Okay. I make sure that all the lines are aligned with a pin here and here. I already did this part, so we're going to sew the back, the top and the bottom together. Okay, now we turn it around, making sure that you don't let the wire out. We're going to make two passes of one up here and the other down here. So it will be more secure like this. See? It's looking like a mask already. Okay, now I will do this one. Okay, I already did the two. I don't know how to say in English that. To hold the borders together, and it already looks like a mask. The last step is in the part where the pocket is going to be, we will fold this and make sure that the opening is still there, and sew here, and here we will sew this together and close the pocket on that side. Almost, ya casi. And now the last step is to put the elastics for holding the mask. So we cut 20 centimeters of elastic, and with a needle, a thick needle, we pass it through the small seams that we made, and we knot it. Well, sorry for my English, I don't know if I am inventing some words. Probably, you always invent things. And double knot there. It would hold. If you want, you can try to hide it there. It will look better, but it's not essential these times. Huh? Ta-da!